Welcome back to In Ohio Country today. Big Dan Wilson alongside of Alan Davis, and we're at Der Dutchman, one of my favorite places to eat here in the Buckeye State, but a very special occasion.
That's right. We're here at the 2025 Farm Science Review Awards Ceremony. And, Hall of Fame inductees tonight, three well-deserving folks that have made a huge impact on the Farm Science Review for many, many years.
And one of them just happens to be our own Gary Jackson.
That's right. Gary, he was just talking a little bit, 50 years of being involved promoting the Farm Science Review. And, that's quite a bit. I'm just a little over that age-wise, but maybe a little. But, 50 years, and that's amazing that and he's looking forward to the 2025 Farm Science Review coming up here in September.
Yeah, he always does a great job during Farm Science Review, and we can't thank him enough for joining our team and being a part of In Ohio Country today. He was honored at the Allen County Agricultural Society in their Hall of Fame, and we'll be talking about your Hall of Fame induction too a little later on in this episode. But for now, we want to thank our inductees here at the Farm Science Review Hall of Fame dinner tonight, and our congratulations to Gary Jackson.
That's right. Gary, we love what you do for us. Congratulations.
And I bet he still has that same suit he's going to talk about in the interview. We'll be back with In Ohio Country today, right after this.
Hi, I'm Alan Davis, and since 1984, I've had the privilege to serve our community. My goal has always been to be your solutions provider, protecting things that matter most to you and your family. I want to say thank you to my customers and to the community for all the support we've had for the last 40 years. On behalf of my family and my staff, we sincerely appreciate the ability to serve you for 40 years, providing coverage and peace of mind for things that matter most to you and your family.
Need a reason to join the Coyote Pack? How about the rugged, work-loving Coyote K9? Tow up to 1,300 pounds at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour and haul up to 1,750 pounds on the cargo bed. Feel the fresh air with the open-air station option, or choose the air-conditioned or heated cab. Take home the new Coyote K9 UTV with 0% up to 60 months or $1,500 cash back. Hurry and join the Coyote Pack at your local Apple Farm Service. View Coyote inventory at applefarmservice.com/coyote. Devin Dye from Dye Real Estate and Land Company invites you to the David Schrader Absolute Retirement Agricultural Equipment Auction, Saturday, August 9th at 10 a.m. at the Hardin County Fairgrounds in Kenton, Ohio. Some exciting equipment up for auction, with additional items yet to come. They're also accepting consignments to the David Schrader Absolute Retirement Agricultural Equipment Auction, Saturday, August 9th at 10 a.m. at the Hardin County Fairgrounds in Kenton, Ohio. For more information, go to dyerealestate.com. That's dyerealestate.com. Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for Wilson Livestock Trailers. Wilson builds reliable, lightweight, and corrosion-resistant aluminum livestock trailers. Wilson is known for their attention to animal and operator safety, as well as the best in biosecurity. Wilson delivers your best value and your lowest cost of operation. Rodock is your home for Wilson Livestock Trailers. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today. Learn more at rodock.com.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and we're here at in Plain City at the Der Dutchman for the annual Farm Science Review Recognition Banquet. And with me is John Seitz, and John is one of the inductees into the Farm Science Review Hall of Fame this year. And John, tell us a little bit give us a little bit of background about yourself and your involvement with the Farm Science Review, and how long you've been involved with that.
Yeah. Mercer County boy in Ohio, still live in Mercer County and so on. Went to work for Great Plains in 1990, and of course, with Great Plains, did 30-some years at the Farm Science Review. And what a family, you know what I'm saying? You know that too, this crew. But always been involved with it and so on like that. And this is quite the honor with the folks that are already in there ahead of me. I'm honored to be a part of it.
Well, it's like you said, it's quite an award to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and when you talked about being involved for 30 years, kind of give folks an idea what involvement means.
Well, I guess from the standpoint of being involved, of course, for the company. In comes semis of equipment. We've got to find a way to get unloaded and then build it and put it together and polish it and get it on the lot and then rearrange it the next day because you didn't like what you did the day before. And then work a show. But it was a joy to see our customer and any farmer coming on the lot, and that's really what makes this show year after year. And I've had the opportunity to do a lot of different shows through my 32 years with Great Plains. And I've been in Canada, and I've been New York show, and I've done an awful lot of others, and that show over west in the Three Eyes. But it was always good, Alan, to come back home and see a show done right, Farm Science Review.
You know, tonight they were giving some statistics, and over 100,000 people come through the Farm Science Review in just 3 very short days. That's a lot of folks.
It is. And the neat thing about 32 years in it, Alan, is I'm seeing maybe 3 generations of those same farmers, friends, at this show. And that's what always made the job, too.
Well, you know, obviously Great Plains is a huge supporter of the Farm Science Review, and you've been that. There was something that they particularly said that you did and helped design, for the Farm Science Review that has been instrumental in making safety important at the Farm Science Review.
Well, years and years ago, if you remember the old docket they had at the Farm Science Review, it was excellent in 1970s and the size of equipment then. And once you come off the dock within 20, 30 feet, you're in a ditch. So one year we're unloading a 53-foot flat semi with a 60-foot planter on it, and the fellow I had in the tractor started down the ramp, and I stopped him. I stopped him dead. And I called Chuck Gamble at the office. I said, Chuck, you got to get down here. Oh my gosh, you got something wrong? I said, just get down to the dock quick. And I left him hanging. He came down, and I said, now stand here, and he brought his whole crew. And I motioned my guy to finish unloading, and that tractor wanted to roll in the ditch, and so did the planter. I said, boys, I want you to see this before somebody does get hurt. So I guess that's how I was instrumental in it, Alan. It was fun.
Well,
his expression.
Well, it's always, it's where the rubber meets the road, and to make things work,
Yep.
And so, well, John, it was really good. Spent a little bit of time with you today. Congratulations on the award.
Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more in Ohio Country Today right after this.
Closed captioning paid for in part by the following. Your area leader in land auctions, Dye Real Estate and Land Company, has another great land auction you don't want to miss. 160 acres of quality Northwest Ohio farmland in Eagle Township in Hancock County, offered in 3 tracts individually or as a whole. Join us July 17th, 6 p.m. at the Old Millstream Center on the Hancock County Fairgrounds at Findlay. Online bidding is also available. For more information on this and other upcoming auctions, go to dyerealestate.com. dyerealestate.com. Need a reason to join the Coyote Pack? How about the rugged reliability and comfort of power steering, quick attach loaders, and heavy die-cast construction? Or how about a 6-year unlimited hour powertrain warranty? Or how about a network of 5 pod dealerships for parts and service, like Apple Farm Service? Oh, did I mention you could take home the new Coyote machine for 0% up to 60 months or discounts up to $4,000? Hurry and join the Coyote Pack at Apple Farm Service. View inventory at applefarmservice.com/coyote.
Welcome back to Ohio Country Today, and we're here at the Der Dutchman in Plain City for the annual Farm Science Review Recognition Banquet. With me tonight is Doug Jennings, one of the recipients into the Farm Science Review Hall of Fame. And Doug, before we really get started, give us a little bit about your background and your background, a little bit about yourself.
I grew up in a little town called Dresden, east of Columbus, Ohio, a family farm operation. Corn and soybeans, row crop, if you will. Ended up at Ohio State. The year right after we got married, I went to work for Farm Science Review. Dale Friday was there, Bill George, Craig Fendrick, all the guys that were there. So that dates it just a little bit. We were still at Don Scott Field there in Columbus. And I remember one morning we went to work and the gate was locked, couldn't get in. Oh, wait a minute, it was foggy and somebody didn't quite get to the runway. But so we had all kinds of experiences with the Farm Science Review during the show itself, but getting ready for it. We had all kinds of things to deal with, worked with farm operations a lot as well. So we started there in 79, I guess, and 80, and then went back home to farm. The late 80s came along and some dry weather and family operation, things were growing, and all at once we said, wait a minute, we're going to make some changes here, and how are three families going to make the same amount of livelihood here that we wanted to do, that we've been making, if you will. So had an opportunity to go to work for farm equipment manufacturer, Great Plains out of Salina, Kansas, 32 years ago, I guess. So, and that started a process for me of how do you continue to be connected to the educational side of what the Farm Science Review does. I did shows for 20 years at Great Plains, so got involved, very involved in a lot of the shows across the country and a lot of different things. And I still look at the Farm Science Review, and I tell the guys at one of the other shows in the Midwest, it's great to come to the second best show in the country, because the best show and outdoor show is at London, Ohio. I hope you can see it sometime. So I have a lot of fun along the way. Met a lot of great people, and this is all about the people and where we get to. How do we continue to help our staff grow, our farmers grow? How do we get the technology to the field to help them do better? And what's it all about? It's how do we get that food source that they're accustomed to that's at a value, at a rate, safely, so that everybody gets there. So it's been a lot of fun over the years.
Well, there was a couple of things that was mentioned. One thing you were instrumental in really getting started, is the alumni. So you want to talk just a little bit about that? As
we talk about where we're at, and when I started, like I said, 79 and 80, we started with a group of kids, if you will, and I was one of them. And what can we do to do a little bit that got something started, that all of us did a little bit, that got something started that turned into what's the Dale Friday Scholarship Fund, the alumni organization as it was then. I mean, we go back far enough, that was FSRSEMP alumni. And everybody says, well, what was that? That would be Farm Science Review, Farm Operation, Student Employees, mostly Peasants, Alumni Association. So we had a great name at the time. We've grown up since then, and it's great that we continue to come along the way. And if you know Craig Fendrick and his leadership over the years, I think that was a Craigism, if you will, but that's where we started and where it is today. And it's just proof that through the whole thing, if each of us does a little bit, it can make a major impact on what happens in our economy today, and with ag students at the college and Farm Science Review employees and students along the way. So it was a lot of fun.
Well, you join a large list of inductees since 1990, and it's quite an honor, and I'm very happy for you.
I'm very humbled that I'm not sure how I live up to the standard that was set by those that came before me, but it's an honor. I hope I can do it justice.
Well, Doug, thanks for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more right after this.
The SureTrack heavy-duty low-profile dump trailer is engineered for professionals who demand the highest level of strength, versatility, and efficiency. And Rodock Leasing Sales and Service is your place for your next SureTrack dump trailer. Available in multiple configurations, tailored to fit your specific needs, and built for heavy-duty tasks. This trailer delivers top-tier performance, helping you get the job done right every time. Call Rodock Leasing Sales and Service today, your source for SureTrack dump trailers. Learn more at rodock.com.
It's a humble idea. Use a biological process to turn a plant into a power source. From that idea came the first Poet refinery. One biorefinery in one town turned into 27 facilities in 27 towns, creating new local jobs, producing hundreds of millions of gallons of ethanol, and providing renewable products around the world. Suddenly, that one little idea seems a whole lot bigger. See the world differently with Poet.
Father's Day is almost here, and Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta is your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs. Your dad will enjoy the fun and excitement of remote-controlled land, air, and watercraft. Bring out the kid in your dad with trains, plastic models, rockets, and more. From our dad to your dad, happy Father's Day. From Dad's Toy Shop in downtown Wapakoneta, your one-stop shop for all of your hobby needs for Father's Day. Come see us today or check us out on the web at dadstoyshop.com.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country today, and we're here at the Der Dutchman in Plain City for the annual Farm Science Review Annual Awards Banquet. Tonight there were some folks, very special recognition, inducted into the Farm Science Hall of Fame. And our own Gary Jackson was one of those inductees. Gary, before we really start talking about that, about the award, give us just a little bit of background about you for our viewers. For those of you who don't know, most of us know, but give us just a little bit of background and how you became so involved with the Farm Science Review.
Well, those that don't know me, Alan, probably have to be 65 or older, and but no. I guess I've been involved in agriculture from the farm. We had a small farm, a grain farm, had a little cattle operation, but my dad had another job off farm just to make everything go. You know how it is as a small farmer. And so when I got involved in Farm Science Review and some of those kind of things, I had to be educated. Farm Science Review, what's that? I was invited by Hardin County Commissioner Lauren Eibling. He called me up one day and he said, can you put aside a day, and he told me the day that he and his son and daughter-in-law were coming to the Farm Science Review, and said, Gary, would you like to come with us? And I said, well, tell me what it's all about. And he explained things to me, and I said, how many people are there? And he said, well, there'll be hundreds, thousands of people. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, let's see, anything big like that? I hadn't been to anything quite that big in agriculture. And I thought, I know the big banquets that I've gone to, I had to dress up, put on a tie and a coat and everything. So, well, I guess I should do that. So the morning that we were leaving, I went to the Hardin County Airport, and we took the four-seater down to Don Scott Field. And the best that I can remember, it was 1975. So this year, I'm celebrating the 50th year of the first time at Farm Science Review. So, and I have to tell you, the first person that I saw when I stepped on the grounds after I got out of the plane at Old Don Scott Field was Ed Johnson. And Ed said, hey, hi, Gary J. He always called me Gary J. And like the suit, I was wearing that suit. And Ed was sincere. He wasn't trying to put me down or anything. But anyway, from there, we went around to see all the exhibits, or a lot of the exhibits. And I guess that was the first exhibit, first Farm Science Review that I went to. And I guess I was hooked after that. And I probably have attended maybe, I don't know, between 40 and 45 reviews altogether. And the last several have been with you and Dan Wilson for In Ohio Country Today. And so, after all of my so-called friends over all those years that I have had a face for radio, I'm doing a little bit of TV now.
Well, that's where that was the other thing. You really got your start with supporting the Farm Science Review and radio.
Well, that's true. I came down here at WRFD, when I was working at WIMA and T102 in Lima, we came down here and we had an exhibit space. Bob Ziegler was the farm director before me, and Bob left for a couple of years, and I was hired to come in. And it was a unique experience. Bob had the farm program set up pretty nice. All I had to do was come in and just follow suit. Did that, and I guess because I was from the farm, I knew just be straight with all the farmers and the agribusiness men and women. Don't try to pull anything fast. Don't lie to them. Just do the best you can. And so I guess that served me well over time. Just be yourself and work as hard as you can.
Well, you know, getting inducted into the Hall of Fame is quite an honor, and some of the folks that are on the list that have been since 1990, there's quite a list of supporters, and you joined some well-deserving folks, and the folks we had tonight as well. So, Gary, congratulations, and thanks for being with us.
Well, I enjoy, and I'll still be with you after tonight is over on In Ohio Country Today.
We'll be back with more right after this.
Like that?
From generation to generation, farmers do their best to protect their land, livestock, and farm operations. But they can't do it alone. Salina Insurance Group has partnered with local ag professionals to do just that, offering the peace of mind needed to run a successful operation. Salina's products and coverages come from our first-hand experience and relationships with local agents. For total farm protection, come experience the Salina difference. Learn more at salinainsurance.com. Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, is a family-owned company dedicated to doing what's right by farmers, with a focus on providing localized service and as many choices as possible when it comes to crop inputs. And we offer those inputs at wholesale cost to our customers. In addition to products and inputs, Farmers Alliance is your go-to provider for custom applications. For more information or to place an order today, contact Farmers Alliance, your area Beck's dealer, at myfarmersalliance.com.
Welcome back to In Ohio Country Today, and joining me once again, our co-host, our sponsor, my friend, Alan Davis from Alan Davis Insurance Agency. And Alan, we're here in beautiful downtown Wapakoneta, your hometown, to talk about a very prestigious award you received recently from Farmers Insurance President's Council. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Dan, thanks for being here and highlighting this, because this is one of the highlights for me of my career at 40 years. So I was inducted into the President's Council Hall of Fame, and so it's once you've qualified for President's Council for 25 years, they give you this induction into the Hall of Fame, and you know, it's very prestigious, because prior to my induction, there were only 11 agency owners and business owners that have accomplished that feat, so there was myself and a gentleman from California this year that was inducted into the hall, and just a real good recognition, a great recognition by Farmers Insurance.
You know, I've had the pleasure of knowing you and doing business with you since 1984. Of course, those 40 years in business, I've watched you grow with your employees, with the coverages and the things that you do for our farming community especially. And let's talk about the talented staff that you have. I mean, you wouldn't be here today. You probably wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame if it wasn't for that talented staff of yours. So let's talk about everybody that works for you and what they do for you.
Yeah, so, you know, I have several folks that have been with me for, well, 3 have been there 20-plus years. Sheena, Nicole, and Rhonda have been with me over 20 years. Cindy has been with me probably 15. I'd have to look at her date. And then my son, Denver, has been in the office. He's about 15 years as well. And then there's some other folks, Jim has been with me 3 or 4, and my other son Drew has joined us, and Jesse, you know, come on in the last 5 years. So we have a lot of experience and a lot of folks that really understand insurance and can really help you with your need and help you navigate the difficult thing that insurance is, because you know, for some folks it's really like Egyptian hieroglyphics, you know, so it's you know, it's, you know, we try to simplify it, right? Because it's not always that simple, you know, so we just have a great staff. And in my recognition speech that I gave at President's Council, I reminded everybody in the audience that you are here because of your staff, right? You can't do this alone. It takes a village. I mean, not only my wife and you know, she's been with me in for the 40-plus years, you know, helping grow the thing, but you know, it's also the folks that work for us, have a vested interest. They really care about our clients, and without those people like that, we wouldn't be successful.
Well, watching you grow from a single room office with one secretary to 3 locations in Wapakoneta, Minster, and Lima has been really a thrill. But last and not least, we have to talk about your customers, because what helps you grow is having that repeat business and customers that trust you. They come to you when there's a special need, including the agricultural accounts. So let's talk about your customers and how important they are to the growth of the business and where you're at today in your Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I could have all the employees, I could have all the offices, but without my great clients, I wouldn't be where I am. And we like to help all of our clients secure the right coverage and manage the risk. We have, and many of the clients have become friends, right? It's not just a business relationship for us. For many of our clients, they've been with us for 40 years. Yeah, and so and I've known many of them a lot longer than that, sure. And it's more of a personal type relationship versus a transactional relationship, which that's what it seems like. People tend to treat insurance sometimes as a transaction. It's really not.
Well, I know you to be a modest guy, and from a humility standpoint, you're not going to wear it on your shirt sleeve as far as Hall of Famer is concerned, but we're going to do it. We're proud to know you, proud to have you as part of our television show in Ohio Country today, and proud of your Hall of Fame recognition. So once again, Alan, congratulations.
Thanks much, Dan. Thanks for recognizing that as well.
Take control of your grain storage needs with GSI and Homan Inc. From site planning to installation and service, Homans and GSI are proven partners to help you earn more. Storing grain on your farm gives you more control of your operation, and GSI and Homans can help. Take control of your grain storage today with on-farm grain storage solutions from Homans and GSI. Go to homaninc.com. That's homaninc.com.
Hey, that's going to do it for this week's edition of In Ohio Country Today. For more information, check us out on the web at inohiocountry.com. You'll have a link to our podcast, our YouTube channel, and so much more. That's inohiocountry.com. Have a good day, everybody.